welcome to my digital class. As it is a new session, new subject for you, you might not be knowing that what is history. So history is for the first time you are going to study about history. Let me start with the first chapter 1, history. Chapter 1, history, its studies and sources. So the question is coming to might be your mind that what is history? History is the true story of the past, or according to the British historian Edward Hallett Kerr, that history is an unending dialogue between the past of the present to the present. It means that our past has a link with our present. We must know our past. So students, can you tell me about your grandparents name, or what occupation they were having? So everybody like that, everybody is eager to know about their family history, the country's history, and the history of our world. So in this chapter you are going to study about the history and its importance, archaeology, division of the past of mankind, then the sources of history. So let me start with the history and its importance. So what is the need of history, or why do we want to read history? So students, if we want to rectify our mistake, what our forefathers have done, we have to study history. History tells us why and how men have changed over millions of years. Now move to the next point, archaeology. Archaeology is defined as the scientific study of the past culture based on the things left behind by the people of these cultures. Archaeological sources consist of the physical remains of past, tools, weapons, fossils, rocks, pots, coins, and historical ruins and monuments. Now the division of the past of mankind. The past of these three main periods, the prehistory, proto-history, and history. The time period for which no written records are available is known as the prehistory, and the prehistory is divided into again 4 periods. They are the Stone Age, the Copper Age, the Bronze Age, and the Iron Age. Now move to the next, the proto-history. What is proto-history? Proto-history refers to the period between the prehistory and history, the period of our past for which we have no written records. So again move to the next, the history. History is the part of that past that we have the written records. Move to the next, the sources of history. The people who study and write the history are called historians. For getting historical clues, the historians depends the following sources: the archaeological source and the literary source. The archaeological sources throw light on the people's lifestyle in particular period of prehistory and history also. Archaeological sources divided into 4 groups: inscriptions, coins, monuments, and artifacts. And inscriptions are the engravings or the writings on stone tablets, metal plates, pillars, walls of caves. Inscriptions tell us about the deeds and teachings of the important historical personalities. Now the coins. Coins throw light on art, religion, economy, and trade for the reign of a ruler. For example, gold and silver coin of the Gupta period are giving the useful information about the people's life. And the monument tell us about the architecture and the lifestyle of the ruler and the people of the past. Artifacts provide an insight into the day-to-day life of the people. It includes the jewelry, weapons, tools, and the paintings. Now move to literary sources. The 3 main literary sources of the history are the religious literature, secular literature, and the accounts of the foreign travelers. Religious literature. Religious literature gives us significant information about the social life and the value system of a particular period, like the Veda, Purana, Upanishad, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and the Brahmanas. Now the secular literature. The secular literature focuses on the non-religious facts such as the music, dance, painting, architecture, and administration of a historical period, like the Kautilya's Arthashastra or Harsashari's Banavata, and also the Al-Biruni's account Then the account of the foreign travelers. We get a lot of information about the history of a country through the writing of foreign travelers. For example, Megasthenes of Indica and Tahrika Hind by Alberini, which gives us a lot of information of India about a particular period of time. So students, in history there are two abbreviations you might find in the book, AD and BC. AD refers to the Anno Domini or the year of the Lord, and the BC refers to the before the birth of Jesus, and BC we count as the backward, as if the 150 came before 140 years, and CE and the BCE, it is a new abbreviation. CE means the common era, it refers to the common era, and BCE refers to the before common era. So students, see my next video for the answer and question answers and also short questions, and write down in your history book.